All right, preschoolers, today we're going to design a base where we will create a sculpture. Our sculpture is going to be a line sculpture where we make 3D lines that pop off of this base. But to start, we're just going to add color. You may pick a color by dipping your paintbrush in. Then you're going to outline a shape or an area and fill. My paintbrush is moving back and forth, back and forth. When I use my paintbrush, I'm remembering that my paintbrush is a ballerina. Ballerinas dance on their tiptoes. So I'm tiptoeing around on the paper, or on this, in this case, it's a plate that we're going to use as the base of our sculpture. Whenever I feel like switching colors, I'm welcome to do that. I'm going to rinse my brush in the water. I'm not splashing, I'm just swishing. Swish, swish, swish. And then I'm painting on the sponge to make sure that all of the paint is actually off. And then I'm going to change to a different color. I want to paint an area that has not been painted yet. I don't want to paint the same spot over and over and over and over again. That wouldn't make sense. So I'm just painting the white parts of this surface. Again, I'm not painting a part that already has color on it. That wouldn't make sense since it's already full. I want to switch colors, so I'm doing rinse, 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 rinse. Just a little swish, and then I'm wiping it off on that sponge. Now I'm going to add some of this light purple to mine. A base of a sculpture is what it sits on. So we're going to make a sculpture that will sit on top of this, and we're going to be using just paper and glue. It's pretty fun, and they turn out beautiful. Swish in the water, swish, not splash. Rinse on the sponge. And I'm just gonna fill the last white parts of my base. All right, now my base is full and I need to let it dry before I can create the sculpture on it. All right, friends, now I'm going to make my sculpture on top of my base. I have strips of paper. Strips of paper are just cut pieces of paper. Some of them are solid colors, some of them have patterns. You may choose whichever ones you like. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to make an accordion fold. An accordion fold is taking turns while you fold the paper. So here is my paper. At the top, I'm going to give it a little bend one way. Then I'm going to fold it the opposite way. Back, forth, back, forth. It's like a zigzag line. Back, forth, back, and forth. And you can see when I open it, it does make a zigzag line. Now I want to put this onto my base right here. I'm going to take a cup of glue, and all I do is dip the paintbrush into the glue. If it's drippy, I gently wipe it on the side. I'm gonna put a dab at the end of that paper, and I'm gonna press it to stick it down. If I want it to sit like that, I'm done. If I want the other end to be attached also, I put a little dot of glue and I stick it. So that is the accordion fold, and you can see what it looks like from the side. It's really popping off my paper and making it three-dimensional. Another one we're going to learn is a curl. To do a curl, you need a pencil and you wrap your paper around. So I'm kind of pinching it against my pen in this case, but a pencil for you. I'm pinching it against it, and I'm wrapping it around and around and around. If you need help getting started with this, you can raise your hand and I will help you. Now I'm gonna hold it for just a second. And then when I let it off, I get a spiral line. So I can attach this in a lot of ways, but I think I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. and stick it down. Another way you can attach a piece of paper is by just making tabs. So I'm going to the end of this paper here and I'm giving it a fold. Now I'm going to the other end and I'm giving it a fold. Those folds turn into 2 tabs. So I put a dab on this end and a dab on that end. And I'm going to stick it down. This is going to look kind of like a rainbow. And I'm going to keep playing with these techniques and repeating them. So I already did a spiral, and that's okay because I want to do another. I'm twisting that around and around and around. And I can attach these onto one another if I want. Maybe that will go on top of the tabbed piece I made. And maybe I'll even attach it to the top of this other spiral. That could make it stand up a little higher. There we go. And I want you to keep doing this until you love your art. I'm making an accordion fold here back and forth, just like a 3D zigzag line. And I think I'm going to attach that right at the edge there. Now I have a beautiful piece of art that was first painted, and then we made 3D or pop-off lines. You can see that I can turn it, and it's interesting from all angles. This is called a sculpture in the round. It means you can look at it from all the different sides. So you, my friends, were sculptors today. Good job on your sculpture.